Hey guys, Big Red 310s here again with a video about TNA. My plan was to review Sacrifice tonight, but obviously the Heat game was on tonight, so I was watching that, and then during the commercials, because I had Sacrifice on my computer, and then during the commercials I would just kind of like look at what was going on, and then look back at the game. You know, it was kind of like that the whole night. Just that's how I am. You know, I just have to multitask. I don't know. It's whenever I do my homework, I have to listen to a 4W online interview. Whenever I'm watching a show, a lot of you guys don't know this. I rarely listen to commentary. I almost always watch a show and immediately turn on some sort of podcast so I can listen to. Like it's very hard for me not to be doing multiple things at once. Maybe it's because I have ADD, or maybe it's just because I always like to do several things. I don't know, but that's how I am. That's what I do. Whenever I'm watching a TV show, I have to be playing on my iPhone. I don't know. It's just how I am. And so I kind of saw like a sixth of the TNA pay-per-view, I would say. So I was going to watch the replay and then do a review. But for whatever reason, this dick who's is not posting up the replay immediately. He's posting up YouTube videos. Some of them are very funny, but I did not get to see the replay. So I'm not going to be reviewing Sacrifice tonight because of that. But I am going to do another video that I've wanted to do for a while. It's called What TNA Is to Me. Because I said this on my Twitter, that I do not hate TNA. And I will get into that. But let me talk about how I got accustomed to TNA. I know I've told the story 1,000 times probably, but I have probably a lot of new subscribers since the last time I told it, so maybe they did not hear it. I started watching TNA back in 2004. Pretty much how I found out about it was I was just cruising through the DirecTV listing with my brother for fun, and we came across the channel that they had their weekly pay-per-views. And we saw one, and we were like, what's this? And like we saw like a 30-minute preview of it, and then when we actually wanted to see the show, it wouldn't let us. It said, you know, you cannot see the show, you must pay $10.99. And we were like, well, we're not going to do that. And then the next week we came across it again, and it also said you must pay $10.99. And then we were like, well, but because you would see a 30-minute preview, and in that 30-minute preview, like it would show what happened the week before. So like you saw the storylines, you just didn't get to see the matches. And so finally we decided what the fuck, and we started ordering them. We saw like 4, I believe. It was right when Jeff Hardy signed to TNA. Jeff Hardy was my brother's favorite wrestler. I liked him. I didn't love him, but I liked him. So I thought, hey, let's check this out. We checked it out and we enjoyed it. Sanjay Dutt was my favorite wrestler from there. I only saw 4 episodes, but it was cool what I saw. It was different. And I really got a kick out of the Jeff Hardy storyline. I really wanted to see him beat Jeff Jarrett for the title. Then they had that match on a pay-per-view, and they built to this match for a long, long time. I remember the whole storyline. Monty Brown was heel at the time. They were saying on Jeff Hardy, they were like doing move for move. Like, you know, Jeff Hardy's the charismatic enigma. Jeff Jarrett's the king of the mountain. Jeff Hardy has the Swanton Bomb. Jeff Jarrett has a stroke. And then they said Jeff Jarrett has the figure 4. But what does Jeff Hardy have? And then like the week before their match, he gave Jeff Jarrett like a full Boston Crab. And he called it like the spine line or something. Something like that. And they said that was his submission. And so, you know, like I'm really excited. I'm about to see the Jeff Hardy match. And right before about to see it, you know, like my dad tells me, hey, you know, I understand that because we'd asked him if we could order a few, you know, just a few. I was like 9 at the time. I said, hey, you know, maybe for a few weeks, can I just see if it's possible to get these pay-per-views? And he's like, all right, fine, but after 4 you have to stop. And so this was the 4th one, and this was the last one. And there was a big screwy match between Jeff Hardy and Jeff Jarrett. There was tons of interference. It was all over the place. And it eventually ended with Jeff Jarrett hitting Jeff Hardy with the guitar and pinning him 1, 2, 3. And if Jeff Hardy had won that match, I probably would have fought my parents and tried to see if I can. Because like literally right after that, TNA got to on Fox Sports Net. I was like at the very end of the weekly pay-per-views, and I quit watching. And mostly because Jeff Hardy lost that match, and I was like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm not supposed to see any more of these anyways, and he just lost the match, so I don't care. So I just stopped watching. I didn't watch it again until 2006. So, like, you know, I knew it went on, but if I just stayed watching for, like, 3 more weeks, I would have seen the Fox Sports Net days, and I would have seen TNA every week on free TV. But unfortunately, I did not know about this. I was 9. So after Jeff Hardy lost to Jeff Jarrett, I said, all right, that's enough. And I stopped watching. And then about 2 years later, my brother was in a hotel room in Canada, and he told me he was flipping through the channels, and he saw Team 3D giving someone the 3D. And I was like, where'd you see this? He said, TNA. I was like, huh? Because I had known from 2004 to 2006, I knew TNA existed, but I always thought it was weekly pay-per-views. In fact, I occasionally went to TNA's website to look at the results. And I don't know how I didn't figure out they got on TV. Like for the rest of 2004, I constantly looked at the results, seeing what happened, and I never figured it out that, oh shit, they're on free TV now. So he told me that he saw the Dudley Boys, who left WWE, and I was a big fan of them, that they were on TNA, and you could watch it for free. And so I went to Impact, and the first episode I saw was Rhino, the Dudleys, and Jay Lethal versus Team Canada. Winner got whatever title shot they wanted. And if it wasn't for the Dudleys or Jay Lethal, I would not have gone back to TNA. I went back to TNA the first time to watch the Dudleys and Jay Lethal, because I really like Jay Lethal. Like, I was just watching this guy, and I was like, wow, this guy's great. And then the next week, he had that match with Jeff Jarrett. And I love that storyline. That was one of the most original things TNA's ever done. Where a mid-carder, where everyone assumed, oh, he's challenging for the X Division title. And then he says at the start of the show, you know what, I had to talk with Sting about my own goals, and I need to shoot bigger. I'm going to challenge for the world title tonight. I'm pretty sure it's probably been done in the past, but like I never saw something like that in my WWE days, where like a mid-carder got a title shot to whatever shot he wanted, and instead of taking the mid-carder shot because he was a mid-carder, he challenges straight for the world title and gets a nice rub in the match. And that's what happened. He challenged Jeff Jarrett, and it was a nice rub. And for a while, I didn't order the TNA pay-per-views. I just kind of watched Impact. I read the results, and then I watched Impact. And then I read the results, and then I watched Impact. I would get the DVDs eventually, like months down the line. I eventually caught up to where I was, and I was, watch Impact, read the results. Watch Impact, read the results. Watch Impact, read the results. This went like this for months. I finally ordered Bound for Glory 2006 because I really wanted to see. The LAX, AJ Styles, and Christopher Daniels cage match. I really want to see that match. And that match is a great match. Very underrated. I know their Ultimate X match is revered, but I like that match a lot too. And I saw that pay-per-view, and then, like I said, read the results. Then Kurt Angle made his debut. I didn't even order the Kurt Angle pay-per-views. I ordered Final Resolution 2007, which wasn't very good, because I thought the card looked amazing. And then when I saw the show, I was like, this show wasn't very good. And then Slammiversary came, Victory Road came, and then I ordered Hard Justice 2007. I do not know why I ordered Hard Justice 2007, but I ordered Hard Justice 2007. I can't tell you why I ordered it, but I did. And that show was horrible. It was so ridiculously horrible. It was so horrible that I quit TNA. That show was so horrible. And then I remember the show after Hard Justice, I was watching Impact with my family because they had never seen TNA before. This was back when they were still sort of wrestling fans. And we're watching, and Jim Cornette announces, Kurt Angle, you need to find a tag partner and defend your titles against Team Pac-Man. And they're like, who's Pac-Man? And then I said, Ron Killings and Adam Pac-Man Jones. And then my entire family erupted in laughter. Like, what a joke. Just completely insulting it. And I was like, I couldn't disagree because Pac-Man Jones was a joke in TNA. And I got so tired of it that I said, okay, after Bound for Glory 2007, which I didn't order, I read the results. After that show, I'm done. I'm going to watch that I'm going to read the results of that show, and then it's over. I can't take this company anymore. Hard Justice was shitty. The Pac-Man Jones stuff is bullshit. The impacts were really bothering me. I'm done. And I quit watching for like 3 months until Christian, who was one of my favorite guys in TNA, I found out that he was feuding with Kurt Angle in early 2008. And I was like, wow, I want to see that. I want to see that. I really wanted to see Christian feud with Angle because Christian was one of my favorites, and I wanted to see him do well and fight for the title, and I was really intrigued to see their feud. Their series of matches, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated series of matches in TNA history. I really am a fan of their matches that they had a Final Resolution 2008 against All Out 2008. I really enjoyed their stuff. And I started watching again just for that. And then I watched, and the shows sucked, and sucked and sucked. I ordered Lockdown 2008 and I didn't like it at all. I think that's the most overrated match in TNA history, that Angle Joe Lockdown match. I did not like that match at all when I first saw it. Like when I first saw it, I legit fucking hated it. I saw it again a few months ago for the Kurt Angle DVD and I was like, you know, the match is pretty good, but it's still very overrated. I don't like that match that much at all. Just because people hype it so much. Some people say it's the greatest match of TNA history. Go fuck yourself. But yeah, and I didn't really order any TNA pay-per-views after that. I believe I ordered Bound for Glory 2008, but then I started joining YouTube, and then I was reviewing TNA, and I just hated it and hated it and hated it, and the Impacts kept sucking and sucking and sucking. So now that you know that my history with TNA, let me tell you what TNA is to me. Someone asked me, when did TNA start sucking? Why has it gotten so bad? And I told them, in my opinion, TNA has been this bad since 2007. It hasn't declined. To me, it's been exactly the same. Maybe this year they kind of really went out there. But to me, the show has just consistently sucked for 4 fucking years. I remember a few months ago, I rewatched the Barbed Wire Christmas Tree episode of Impact. For those of you who do not know, the Barbed Wire Christmas Tree episode of Impact was the Christmas Impact episode of 2007. That is considered the worst show in Impact history, and that show was abominable. I saw that show and I was just amazed at how much worse that show was than Impact's today. Not saying Impact back then was worse, because it wasn't really. I'm just saying it's been this bad for a while. That Barbed Wire Christmas Tree episode was legitimately worse than almost every episode of Impact today. It was so much worse. Like, I was shocked at how much worse it was. So let me tell you, Impact has been pretty shitty for a long time. This is not a one-time deal where just in late 2009 it just started getting shitty. No, it's just when more people realized it was shitty. It's been shitty for the longest time. Do I hate TNA? I don't. It's gotten to the point where I'm past hate. I care so little. I haven't seen a full Impact since July. Haven't even ordered a TNA pay-per-view since Turning Point 2000. No, I ordered Victory Road last year because I thought that had a really good card, and I had hoped that TNA would deliver. And the show was good, but it wasn't great. But yeah, that, and before that was the Turning Point show. I care so fucking little about what goes on in this company. I read the spoilers. I listen to the Brian and Vinny review. I watch Fool Killer's review, and that about does it for my Impact coverage for the week. That's my TNA coverage for the whole week, right there. I read the spoilers. I listen to Brian and Vinny reviews, and I watch Fool Killer's reviews. That's all I need. That's all I need right there. And then the pay-per-view comes, I watch them, and then I review them, and I move on with my life. I never get mad. I don't get mad at all the bullshit decisions they do. When China came in, I was like, all right. When they turned Tommy Dreamer heel, I was like, all right. I legit don't care. I am so past hate. I can't hate this promotion because I care so. You have to have some sort of emotion or hope or care in a promotion to hate it. I just don't. It's so drained from me. The only thing that got a reaction from me was when Jay Lethal got fired. Because like I said, if it wasn't for Jay Lethal, I probably wouldn't have gotten back into TNA in the first place. He was one of my favorite wrestlers in the history of TNA. Like top 5 in the history of that company. Like in the history. Honestly, in no specific order. TNA originals, well, I guess non-WWE originals, because most of these guys started in ROH. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal, Chris Sabin, and I don't want to put in Alex Shelley. I'll just say Christopher Daniels. AJ Joe Daniels, Jay Lethal, and Chris Sabin. And so I was legit pissed when Jay Lethal got fired. I was like, what the fuck? Not because, like, TNA, you guys are morons. It was more like, God damn it, man. Now this guy doesn't have a job, and I feel bad for him. And if he does go to ROH, he's going to lose some money. But yeah, like, that's what TNA is to me. I have indifference towards this company. Nothing makes me happy. Nothing makes me sad. Now, I am still a wrestling fan. So when I watch something and I enjoy it, I will say, that was good. But it's not like I'll be praising TNA for doing something good. It's me as a wrestling fan. I saw something that I enjoyed. I saw something that I didn't hate. I saw something that made sense and kind of made that little wrestling fan bone inside of me tickle. Like, oh, that was good. You know, that's what it is to me. I enjoy it whenever they do something good, and I don't really care when they do something bad. So that's why I've seen people ask me, why do you still have hope in TNA? Why do you still watch TNA? I don't have hope. I'm past hope. Like, I legit don't care. I'm a wrestling fan. I watch their pay-per-views. I watch all their pay-per-views because my subs, you guys, love that shit. Like, I get so many messages when I don't review a TNA pay-per-view. It's insane. Even Victory Road, which I did review, but because I took a long time to do it, I got a lot of messages still. Like, same with WWE pay-per-views. TLC, I remember TLC, I got 5 channel comments within 20 minutes after the pay-per-view was over. Where's your TLC review? Where's your TLC review? Where's your TLC review? Now, I got a lot of channel comments. I'm just saying those 5 in those 20 minutes. So like I said, I don't have hope in TNA. It's just whenever they do something that's good, I'm just going to say, I enjoyed that. And whenever they do something bad, I'll just be like, that's TNA. And move on. That's what my life is with TNA. And that's what TNA is to me. So, there you go. I wanted to make that video for a while. Give me your feedback. Respond if you want. Talk how you want. But I have something else to address in this video. And that's, you guys know how I've been reviewing these WCW pay-per-views. I'm watching another one for your information. Sold Out in 1997 with Trademark and Sabatini Forever. I get these WCW pay-per-views. I get these ECW pay-per-views. I get these All Japan shows. Like I got Dream Slam 1, if you remember that. I get all this stuff. This is great stuff. And I have a guy that distributes the stuff to me, and he's looking for some more business. So I'm here to promote him, saying that, you know, he's got great deals and he legitimately has everything. Everything. I mean, I think, like, everything I can imagine, like, from the 80s, from the 90s, from the 20th century, almost every single shoot interview known to man, Ring of Honor shows, WWE shows, WCW shows, every single ECW show ever, All Japan stuff, New Japan stuff, every fucking thing. He has a ton of things, a ton. And he's looking for some more business, and he offers amazing deals. Like, he can get you these what's the word? He can get you this stuff for a really, really cheap price, like incredibly cheap. And you get all this quality of wrestling. So if you're someone like myself who wants to cruise back, you know, see a little old school WCW, some ECW, some All Japan, some New Japan, some Ring of Honor, some two interviews, you want to see that stuff and you want to see that at a really cheap and affordable price, then here. I think you should message me. Message me and I will forward you to him. He's very trustworthy. I've been doing business with this guy for 2 years. He's a very good friend of mine as well. I know him very well. So you can trust me. Just if you're interested and if you want any of this stuff, because I don't think I want spammers going to his account. Just message me if you're interested. Just type in the title, I am interested in getting old school wrestling stuff. Okay, that's too long. I'm interested in wrestling in vintage wrestling. I'm interested in vintage wrestling. How about that? I'm interested in vintage wrestling. Put that as your title. Message me if you're interested, and I will forward you to him. And because like he doesn't have a specific price range, you work it out with him. He really does. He does it. I'll tell you from experience. It really depends on the amount of stuff you want. Like if you want like 20 shows, or some people like 200 shows. Like it depends. Like, you have to work it out with him. But he's looking for some business, and I can tell you from experience, he legit has everything. Everything. He's a great guy, and the stuff he gives me is great, great, great shows. Like, you will love this guy, and he's interested, so just come to me, and I will forward you to him, and that's how we'll do this, if you are interested in this stuff. All right? So that's it. I guess I'm done. I've kind of rambled on already. That's my TNA stuff. Go message me if you're interested on getting some old school shows or even some New Age Ring of Honor shows or New Age shoot interviews, New Age WWE shows, stuff like that. Just message me if you're interested. All right, that's it for me. I'm Big Red 310, and I'm out. See you. Oh, also, he also has 80s, Mid-South wrestling and WCCW, stuff like that. All right, but enough. I've rambled enough. I'm Big Red 310. I'm out, guys. See you.